What if consciousness doesn't just observe reality, but actually creates it? What if the world you experience is not a passive external environment, but an active construction generated by your mind? One that shapes, modifies, and even brings reality into existence. Today we explore one of the most radical and fascinating ideas emerging from modern neuroscience, cognitive science, and quantum physics. The possibility that consciousness is not a side effect of the universe, but one of its fundamental forces. To begin, consider this. Everything you have ever seen, felt, heard, believed, remembered, or imagined has happened inside your brain. You have never experienced the external world directly. Light enters your eyes, sound enters your ears, sensations travel through nerves, but everything is processed, interpreted, and assembled into a coherent picture of reality by the brain. In this sense, your entire world is a mental model, a controlled hallucination, a prediction your brain constantly updates using sensory data. But here's the twist. This mental model is not a mirror of reality. It is a construction, a fabrication, a best guess. So, already we can say that consciousness creates the experience of reality. But what if it goes further? What if consciousness determines reality at the physical level? For that, we turn to quantum mechanics. The famous double-slit experiment reveals something extraordinary. Particles behave like waves, probability waves, until they are measured. They do not have definite positions or paths. They exist in a superposition of possibilities, and when a conscious observer measures them, the wave function collapses into a single outcome. The measurement doesn't just record reality, it creates it. This is not metaphor. It is the mathematical structure of quantum physics. The observer effect suggests that reality at the smallest scales depends on observation. But is consciousness required, or is measurement enough? Some interpretations of quantum mechanics say consciousness triggers collapse. Others say measurement alone is sufficient. But here's the deeper truth. Measurement is itself an exchange of information, and consciousness is the highest form of information processing we know. Consciousness organizes, interprets, and generates meaning. In this sense, consciousness participates in the unfolding of the universe. But let's leave quantum physics for a moment and examine your brain. Your brain does not see reality. It predicts it. Every millisecond, your brain generates a model of the world and updates it with sensory data. Colors do not exist outside you. Sound does not exist outside you. Smell, taste, touch. These are interpretations made by your brain. Electromagnetic frequencies become color. Air pressure waves become sound. Chemical signals become taste. Everything you call reality is a transformation inside your consciousness. But what about objective reality? Does it exist without consciousness? Most scientists say yes, but some argue that consciousness is deeply woven into the fabric of the universe. Information theory reveals that reality may be fundamentally informational. If consciousness is an information process and reality is information, then the two are inseparable. Perception isn't just receiving information, it is generating it. And if the universe is a quantum information system, then consciousness, an advanced informational process, might literally influence how reality manifests. Take the act of choosing. When you decide to move your hand, billions of neurons fire in a coordinated pattern. That intention, a purely mental event, creates physical movement in the world. Your mind generates physical change. The boundary between mental and physical collapses. This is not philosophy. It is everyday experience. Consciousness affects physical reality constantly. But let's go deeper. What if the universe requires observers to exist in a definite state? Quantum mechanics suggests the universe exists as a cloud of possibilities until observed. This led physicist John Wheeler to propose the participatory universe. Observers are necessary for reality to crystallize. The universe doesn't exist as a static thing. It exists through interaction. You participate in the existence of the universe by observing it. Without observers, the universe is quantum potential. With observers, it is concrete reality. Consciousness and reality co-create each other. But what does this mean for your daily life? It means your perception shapes your world. Your beliefs shape your actions. Your actions shape your environment shapes your future. consciousness is not passive, it is generative. It molds your experience of existence. But if consciousness creates reality, why is reality so stable? Because the brain's predictions are consistent. Because physical laws operate reliably. Because the universe is built on rules that govern how information evolves. Consciousness doesn't override physics. It works within physics. It collaborates with it. But at the deepest level, consciousness may be part of the engine of reality. Some theories propose that consciousness arises from quantum processes inside the brain. Others say consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, like space or time. If consciousness is fundamental, then reality is shaped from the bottom up by awareness. If consciousness is emergent, then reality is shaped from the top down by perception. Either way, consciousness and reality are inseparable. They define each other. They depend on each other. They co-evolve. And you, your thoughts, your perceptions, your awareness are part of this cosmic feedback loop. You shape reality by experiencing it. Reality shapes consciousness by constraining it. But what does this mean about the nature of existence? It means reality is not a fixed structure. It is a dynamic process, a negotiation between mind and world, a continuous creation. And the most astonishing implication is this. If consciousness creates reality, then your inner world is just as important as the outer world. Your attention determines what becomes real for you. Your choices influence what path your reality takes. You are not separate from the universe. You are an active participant in its unfolding. So, the question is not whether consciousness creates reality. The question is, how much of your reality are you consciously creating? Let's discuss. This is Veritas Labs, where truth is tested.